Guys, what is up? It's your boy Hotshot here, and I know it's been a while since I've been doing some videos, but I'm trying to get back into this again now. And today I'm playing some new Firewall Ultra. Been playing this game for about a couple of days now. What are we on? I believe it came out on the 24th. It's the 29th. I've had a good few days on it to see what I think of the game, and I just want to share to you guys what I think about the game and what I think about it. So basically, when coming into this game, I thought and was hoping the mechanics were going to be more like Pavlo, where aiming down the sight, reloading manually, so chucking your mag on the floor, getting your mag out from your pouch, and then reloading the mag manually. Same with your grenades, picking up the grenades, just picking where you can throw it and letting go of it. And unfortunately, Firewall decided not to go down that route. I think the reason why they did that is because they wanted to give the players the same feel of what it would be like from the previous game, to basically trying to put it into Firewall Ultra. Now, after a couple of days, when I first got into the game, it was a bit of getting used to, because when I was starting the first time playing Firewall, I was sort of accidentally doing movements from Pavlo, where instead, after a couple of days, I was getting used to having to press the buttons again to reload and pick my options for getting my grenade out and my pistol out. Now, a few other things I've noticed which is really annoying is when having to like switch to your pistol or switch to your grenades, is that I don't understand why when picking the quick switch option it switches from your pistol to your knife. I don't understand why it does that. Ideally, it should have been done where when you switch it, it should switch straight to your pistol, not really to your knife. Because ideally you have to press the button on your controller and use the eye tracking to guide what you want to use, so like your grenades or your pistol. But if you just use the quick option button, so like if you're using your dominant hand, it'd be the triangle button basically to switch your gun. It would switch to the knife if you just press the triangle button really quickly instead of holding it down and using the eye tracking, which ideally, when pressing triangle to use the quick switch, it should really ideally be your pistol, I feel, not your knife. It's a bit annoying when you're in a heavy situation where enemies are around the corner and you're having to, press triangle. Think about pressing triangle and use the eye tracking to get to your grenade. And then as well is the thing that really annoys me about this as well is when you've got the grenade out, you're not only having to use your dominant hand, whatever it is. So I'm left, so I'm having to hold triangle down, use the eye tracking to get the nade out, and then aim with my dominant hand plus the eye tracking. Like with Pavlo, it wasn't like that. Pavlo, you just grab the grenade, like, wave your hand around wherever you wanted to chuck it. And I just feel with Firewall, it's just so much to think of. Like from the previous game, it was a quick one button from Firewall 0 Hour. It's just hold down one button, aim your gun, and chuck that nade. Like where with this, it's kind of a lot. Where with Pavlo, it's not too bad because you're just grabbing it and having to manually throw where you want the grenade, compared to Firewall Ultra, where they're making you hold triangle and then use your eye tracking, and then you're having to, aim with your dominant hand plus your eye tracking to aim, and it's not the best. It's just I don't even use the fucking grenades. I fucking hate them. Like it's just shit. I try and aim where I want it to go, and it just don't aim where I want it to go. Could be a tracking issue. I do not know, but I hate them. So I feel like they should have done, you know, a bit better with that, or even used what Firewall 0 Hour did, where you just, you know, hold the nade button down, or even you select the nade button and you can just aim with your gun where you want it to go, which is a shame. But you know, it's just annoying, and that's one issue that is kind of, you know, which could have been better. They might, you know, update it. You know, you know, the game's just come out, but it needs, you know, there might be an update to make that a lot better. Or they could have just done it where you aim with the dominant hand instead of your eye tracking to chuck the grenade instead. That probably would have been a little bit easier. So that's like one of the points with nades, and then one of the points was switching and using the eye tracking to, you know, get to your pistol instead, where it should just be a quick triangle button and then you go to your pistol instead, like that. So they're like the two addressed issues there, which is quite annoying. Now, aiming is a bit weird. There's two aiming options. So, you know, you have the free aim, which is holding down. So for me, it would be holding down the R1 for one of the aiming modes, and then you've got the R2 for me, which is the other aim, which steadies the gun a lot more compared to just holding down the R1 for myself, because that's the way I have the dominant hand on the left and then aiming. When aiming with the trigger, obviously the tracking's not right with that as well. When aiming, when you're, you know, you're pressing it down, the sight, the red dot sight is just not in properly. It's out of shape, and I feel like as well, when you're aiming with that, like when you're having, because obviously it tilts to the side a little bit on that other aim, where I feel like, you know, you're using the right hand more in that aim to move the gun around, and obviously it's a lot slower because you're using a steady aim. But then if you want it to straighten out, it's like I'm trying to have to break my wrist, like proper flick of the wrist to get it around to make sure the gun is straight, which is another annoying thing. Probably just a tracking issue when they were trying to make the game, and that's another issue for me that was very annoying. With that, you know, two aiming mechanisms, they never had that in the previous game. It was just aim and shoot, and that was another little annoying thing for me, which was annoying with that. So moving on to the next one was the you can't join friends. Like straight away in this game, I tried joining my friends that I used to play with on the previous game. You know, we tried joining up, and I can join them. Like I'd get into the lobby bit with them, like, you know, before you go into a public lobby bit, but then it would just kick everyone out. And I think there was, I remember rightly when the first game first came out, they had that issue as well, which was very annoying. And if you're, given this, when you're, obviously you don't want to play on your own, but you know, when you're on your own, I feel you get into a lobby quick. When you're on your own, it takes about a couple of seconds, but maybe about a minute to get into the lobby. But if there's like if there's like three of you on each side and you're waiting for like two more people, it could take a little while, and like to the point where I've had times where I'm waiting about 5-10 minutes to get into a game. And most of the time, if you get a full lobby and these people stay in, you're waiting for the 2-minute timer to come down, and then you're getting into games, which is pretty good. So if you get a lobby going, you know, it's pretty good after that. But as soon as someone leaves, you could be waiting a little while. Private matches, you can play with friends on private matches, which is good, but you don't gain XP, obviously. So that's, you know, annoying, which, you know, obviously, you know, it's good to play with friends, but when you're doing private matches, you're not getting the XP. So, but yeah, that's another issue there, which I don't know how long that's going to take to get addressed. But like Playing on your own, like I said, you get into lobbies pretty quickly. If you get a full lobby going, then you get into games relatively pretty quickly. But if you're waiting for players to get into the lobby, it can take a little while for that. Now, with the other thing as well, when buying this game, I bought the deluxe edition, or the top edition you could buy. I think, which gave you like the M4 with all the attachments and extra contractors, 4 extra contractors, I believe, and some camos, which are like camos for my gun, which I can't even put on my fucking gun yet because I can't do the assignments or whatever it is. Like, the assignments are locked. We'll get to that in a bit. But I can put the skins on my characters that I got, the extra contractors, those little skins that I've got. But like, that's another thing. When with the menu, I thought ideally the menu was going to be the same as what Firewall was going to be. So everything's in front of you, like, when creating a class, changing your character, changing your contracts, abilities, like, if you want to have less noise while running or have a mime when you're dying. Now, obviously, they've changed it in Firewall Ultra now to the point where you go into your little lobby, your safe house or whatever it is, and then you have one bloody computer for your assignments, and then you have another computer for your character and his ability skills and the classes you want to choose for it, like the weapons and the grenades and stuff. And then when you pick what class and character you want, you have to go to a freaking workbench to put the attachments on. It's like, just stick everything in one specific place. Like, just like why do they have to put a workbench in the other bloody room? Just put the attachments where to create the classes, like you did on the previous game. Don't make me go to one computer to do my character, like pick what character I want, what ability I want, and then pick the freaking class I want to have, and then whatever gun I want to use or whatever, and then go to the workbench and put all the bloody attachments on it. It's like, just make it simple for the players. They're just like, everyone's confused about what's going on with, like, do I have to go here to like pick which character I want, what abilities I want, and then I have to go here to to pick which guns. Like, I've been in so many lobbies where people are just so confused about this. Like, when I first started the game, I was like, what is this computer do? What is this? Like, why am I surrounded in so many different computers? Because, like, the first computer with the assignments, like, when the game first came out, I thought there'd at least be assignments to work on because the assignments are locked. I thought you had to be a certain level to get the assignments, and majority of it, like, I think it was like level 3 to get one of the pistols, and you had the bloody pistol anyway. But I think you have to buy the pistol, even though you have the pistol for free. I think you have to buy the pistol anyway to put the attachments on the pistol, because I've not wasted my money on pistols yet. But yeah, I've not bothered with that. But I know when I looked at it, because one of the guys that I was playing with in this video, I was playing with one of the lads on here that you're seeing in the video, one of the guys. He said when I get to level 3, he said you'll unlock a pistol, and we found out we already had the pistol, but I think you have to buy that pistol to put the attachments on, because I can put the attachments on the pistol. So, but yeah, it's just pretty confusing how they've done it, and I feel like they should have made it just put everything more together to make it easier for the player to understand. Because I feel if they would have put the class setup with the attachment setup, it would have made it a lot easier for the player to sort of understand. where they've just made it really confusing. So like like I said before, one of the computers is there to pick which character you want, the ability for that character, and then the class, and then you go to the other workbench to put the attachments on, which is just annoying. And then obviously with the assignments being locked, and apparently we were told that the update for that was going to be Monday, and there was no update for the assignments, which didn't come out. And obviously the assignments are there to get you the majority of the XP to level you up. So basically, the only way you're getting XP at the moment is either, I think you get extra XP for headshots, kills, revives, and like hacking the computer and stuff like that. And right now the XP is quite slow, and it, like, don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying playing the gameplay. Like when I'm in a game and I'm playing, I enjoy the game. Like, it's just, I know the game's just come out, but I'm hoping they're going to be able to fix these addresses pretty quickly, because people are not very happy with how this game has like turned out so far, with, like, you know, like some of the low times, and obviously people not being able to join friends and all that kind of stuff. People are not very happy with that, you know, at this moment in time. And I have no idea, because I don't have my original headset anymore. But I don't know if people are playing the original Firewall more right now, because of the issues that people are having with this game. And like I said, I don't think many people are happy with, like, I've noticed with this is like all the maps are pretty much the same, but they may have added like an extra, you know, like on the map that you're currently seeing right now. I think the only difference with this map is there's a tunnel underneath. There's a bit underneath the map, and I think that's like the only extra bit to that map. I think there is one new map, but or whether that was added into Firewall beforehand, you know, later on when they may have added stuff to Firewall. I can't remember now, but like most of the maps are pretty much the same, and I was hoping for, you know, some like more new maps when this game was coming out. And another thing I noticed as well was one of the original characters that was from the previous game. You have to pay for them again in this game, where most people thought they'd get the original characters for free. But it's not the case. If you want some of the old characters again, it costs 150,000, I believe, coins, like in game, and then it's like $3.99 or £4 for to buy them with real money. So it's kind of annoying that way if they're going to make you buy the old characters again. But it's that would be kind of annoying if you've got to do that. But it's I just wish they could have done a little bit more of it. Like I said, but like you can't go in the elevators, which they said that they are going to do. They are going to still hopefully go ahead and get that in the game at some point. But apparently that was told to be in the launch part of the game. But obviously the elevators won't. But that's really annoying. How it's just annoying how there's not much right now into this game. But it right now I feel like Pavlo is the better game. If I had to choose out of this game and Pavlo, game mechanics wise, I'd pick Pavlo, because I just like it's with Pavlo. It's new, it's different. Your manual reloading, your manual nading. You can move more freely with that game. You know, you can put your gun in your back and switch to different weapons pretty fast. There is talk of there being a hardcore mode, on this where you'll be able to do that. Whether they put it in the game and whether in what time frame it will be put in the game, we do not know. That's not really the important thing to get in the game right now. The important thing is getting the game addressed, fixed, getting it in so you can play with friends in this game, getting the assignments in the game, and allowing us to, gain XP, get weapon camos, and with a game like this, paying, I think I paid about 60 quid for this game, for the extra, DLC parts. You'd expect a little bit more, like you'd expect to come in and be like, right, here we go, come in, I've got assignments to do, it's going to level me up. But it just feels like you come into the game, most of the stuff is locked, there's no assignments, and you're grinding for the tiniest XP ever. And like I said, it is a shame because it's a good game. It's a good and fun game to play when you get into the lobbies, but it's just there just isn't enough there yet, and I don't know how long it's going to take them to address it. Like I said, I know there is times where games come out and there's bugs, but it's I just wish it would have been a little bit more better with, like sorting out the menu of, like, your weapons and your contractors, and just having that manual reload into the game. But like I said, when I was playing it for a couple of days, I got used to how it worked again. The manual reload, the manual switching, and it's just how it is. And like another thing that I thought was quite annoying with this game as well is the lighting. So when being in dark areas of the map, it's quite hard to see players. And the funny thing is, apparently there is a contractor or an ability. I think it's an ability, and apparently it's at quite a high rank. I think it's like 40 or 50. Could be a little bit less than that, which is night vision, which allows you to, see a little bit better in the dark. Don't know how that is because we don't have the ability yet. But you do have a flashlight, or, well, on my gun, I get a flashlight. So the flashlight is not too bad. I don't really use it, to be honest. It's kind of annoying. But lighting could have been better. The graphics is definitely a lot nicer in the game, but it's I just don't know that if I had to, like I said, if I had to pick, if they put these two games in front of me, Pavlo or this game, for the same price, like obviously Pavlo is cheaper, way cheaper, but obviously it's a official Sony title, that's why it's a little bit more money. I'd pick Pavlo all day. Pavlo has a lot more in terms of, like, it has a good few maps. It has different game modes as well, Pavlov, compared to what you're paying. So with Pavlov, you get a little bit more for your money, and it's cheaper compared to this at the moment. So with what I've said, it's down to you whether you want to cop this game. With what I've told you and what's currently in it. Right now, there's not much to go off with. Like I said, we can't do assignments yet. I'm hoping they're either going to be out today or in the next couple of days. I've got to check, but hopefully the assignments will be out soon and we're able to gain some XP and get some more attachments and more guns, different guns to try out. Because right now, I'm sort of, to be honest, I'm sort of glad I bought the higher edition now, because I've got this gun and this gun does help, because I've got all the attachments on it already, And as you can see here, real quick, I'm just blasting all these people here, you know. And with the normal edition, I don't think you get all the attachments I've got. I think you got to, you know, earn them and unlock them. So it's just on that. It's kind of good that I bought the higher edition. So, but like I said, Pavlo. If I had to pick, or if someone gave me two of the games, I would go for Pavlo all day. Pavlo's got more game modes. It's got, you know, manual reloading if you're interested in manual reloading, a bit different for what you're getting out of your VR. And like I said, they're gonna add more into this. You know, like I said, the game's just come out. You know, they're gonna get the assignments addressed and get it in the game. But it's just a shame. Like, because obviously I played the first game. I was hoping to like, you know, have the same sort of feeling as I did back on the previous game. And when I first booted it up, I was like, "What the fuck is like? What the fuck?" I'm like, what does this computer do? Where do I go for this computer and this computer and this does this and this does that? And then I'm there trying to, I'm like fucking pressing triangle, look, eye tracking my nades, like, you know what I mean? Like, it, it's a bit all over the place, but after a good few days or a week or two, you will get used to it. If you do decide to cop the game, you will get used to it. But if they would have just kept what they did with the first game, everything together in the lobby, you know, create your class, change your contractor, it would have just been so much easier that way. Because, like I said, I've been going into lobbies and people are like, where do I go to change my, you know, my site, my stock? And it's like, you have to go to the workbench, buddy. And it's like, and they're like, what the fuck? Well, what the fuck, man? And it's like, it's just crazy. And like, I'm trying to fucking chuck a grenade here. And look, I'm having to fucking use my eye tracking and fucking controller as well. Just let me use my dominant hand to fucking aim the fucking flashbang or the grenade. Don't make me use my eye. It's horrible. Chucking a grenade in this game is horrible. For me, I feel it's horrible. Personally, I feel it's trash. And like, they need to sort out the tracking on the second aim, because I feel like the tracking on the second, I feel like the second aim is ass. The second aim is trash. As well. Don't even know why they put it in the game. Trash. But it's just how they've done it. But I've not tried co-op on this yet. I went straight online. I'm pretty co op's just going to be the same as what it was from Firewall 0 Hour. But the multiplayer definitely is the same with, you know, with the, or if anyone's new to Firewall Ultra, I'll just go over it again. You have attack and defending. So if you're attacking, you have to find the first point. You have to find the two little firewalls that are on the wall. Once you hack those, you have to find where the computer is. The enemy team will be defending the computer. You have to eliminate all the team and then take the computer to win, or if there's any players left alive, you can get to the computer, stay in the boundary of the computer, and download the data without the enemy team trying to kill you. And then if you're switching around to defending, then you will defend the computer, and you'll be able to put like door blockers up, or if you have mines, or or C4 to cover the laptop. And if you die, you can navigate your teammates to find out where the enemy is, so you can give them a helping hand when you die, which is a good thing. So that's how you can communicate with your team as well, which is a good thing. And a new thing as well, you can actually move when you're down now. You can do that in the last game. which is really, really good. And that's another little cool feature that they did put into the game. So when you go down, you know, you can move and get back up. So like I said, with the grenade just there, it's fucking horrible trying to fucking aim that thing. So that's pretty much what it's like in Firewall Ultra. So, basically, I'm pretty much going to wrap this up here. I really hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay of me playing with some of some of the randoms that I was playing with, and I hope you enjoyed this little gameplay of me slash review. And stay tuned for more gameplays. And basically, yeah, please like, subscribe, and yeah, peace out, people. Enjoy.